page and I'm doing a lot better though. Better flow, got shorty cheesing for the cheddar though. Escrow, your money's today special. I've been getting money since your niggas was illegible. Thank Kane for the sales out in Edinburgh. Bigger town, bigger cities, what I'm heading for. A passport pass through near you, nigga. Pop a pop-up shop when I pop up. 3 rings on the head, no marker. Next year I'ma have my own Parkers. A brand new Charger when I park up. Started from the bottom, nah, I ain't had no startup. Just a mind to design what you ain't thought of. I'ma stay fly, never caught up. Okay. Just to get it off, okay. Just to get it off. She know all me, the fella, and these other niggas jealous. Yo, nigga still cranking on my celly, still talking that shit. Heard he talking to the fatty. You ain't never abstained, so what's fuck what you tell me? Y'all know what it is. It's your favorite yet your most hated Oddfella back for another one. This is the Wake and Bake Show. The Wake and Bake Show part 7 to be exact. You know what I mean? We're going to be doing a little freestyling here this morning. You know what I mean? Once again, boxing's been at a very disappointing point. Very disappointing point. But before we get into any boxing discussion, we gotta salute the man. It's a usual suspect thing. You know what I mean? We gotta salute the LDBC most indefinitely. You know what I mean? Lions Den boxing community first and foremost. And we most definitely got to salute the chat. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all smash the like button as you fall on in. You know what I mean? Subscribe to the Oddfella, The War Report, right here on YouTube. Last night we just did the Anissa Badshaw video review. You know what I mean? She just dropped a hot video, TikTok. You know what I mean? It's a R&B dance hallish type flavor to it. You know what I mean? So y'all go run those numbers up. Check that out. TikTok. She was live in the war room, Anissa Badshaw. You know what I mean? Gave out a nice little interview and whatnot. You know what I mean? Came through the rapid fire questions without no bullets stuck in her or nothing like that. So yeah, she good. You know what I mean? Follow her at Anisha Badshaw. You know what I mean? On Instagram, all those social media platforms and whatnot. But yeah, y'all know what it is. We here this morning and we want to talk some boxing. I mean, we want to talk some boxing, and of course, we want to talk some heavyweight boxing as well, because you know I specialize in the bigger weights. You know what I mean? The bigger weights. Hopefully, some of the brothers, some of the other usual suspects will fall in as well. You know what I mean? But first things first, let's talk about a fight that's on the come up, and it's funny. You know what I mean? Because actually, I'm really excited about this card right here. I'm really excited about this card coming up between Jake Paul and Teron Woodley. You know what I mean? And that's coming up on a Sunday. Uh Showtime and PBC making it fashionable to have fight cards on a Sunday. And I will be uh purchasing this pay-per-view. I think it's a damn near worth it for the amount of good quality fights that are on it. You know what I mean? But one of the, I wouldn't say quality fights, but one of the intriguing fights that's on this card is the debut, the American debut of Danny Dubois. You know what I mean? And he's not fighting a journeyman or a slug, or American slug, or nothing like that. He's fighting, I would say, a club level fighter with a decent record in Joey Kuzumano. I think he's out of the VA. Yo, shout out Supreme Beast Boxing Talking KG. Y'all know what it is. But he comes with a record of 19-3, I believe. Yeah, I mean, a record of 19-3, and he's fighting Danny Dubois on the undercard. You know what I mean? And Dubois, I've heard in reports that he's highly excited about making his American debut. I'm all for seeing some of the UK prospects and some of the UK fighters fight over here in North America's a lot more. You know what I mean? So once again, I'm interested to see how he looks on American soil. Well, the same thing happened to Dubois that happened to AJ when he stepped on American soil. You know what I mean? Will he start to fold up? You know what I mean? We'll see, but he's definitely not facing the level of opposition that AJ is facing at this point. Once again, let me reiterate, he's facing Joey Kuzumano, 19 and 3, 17 KOs. But against who? I can't tell you. You know what I mean? I think they're a bunch of cans. But once again, good fight to look out for. Also on that same undercard, on that same card, we have Tyson Fury's baby brother. We have Tyson Fury's baby brother, Tommy Fury. He's gonna be fighting Anthony Edwards, I believe. I could be wrong about that, but I believe his name is Anthony Edwards, a former MMA fighter who is now, I believe, had a couple fights in boxing. He's currently the training partner for Jake Paul. He's a training partner for Jake Paul. So this makes this somewhat interesting that Jake Paul's training partner is now fighting Tommy Fury on the Jake Paul undercard. Does this sound like a setup to me? A setup for the next fight, and I'm all for it. This is what boxing should be doing. When we're seeing guys on on undercards, they should be placed on the undercard with the thought that they're going to be fighting in the headline in the next fight. What's boxing doing right now? Why is the bright lights and the most innovative ideals coming from Jake Paul? Why is the ESPYs, ESPN giving out ESPYs to motherfucking Tyson Fury when they should have gave it to Jake Paul because he's bringing that damn near bringing back the sport of boxing. We gonna see the numbers come the end of August when he drops his shit against Teron Woodley on a Sunday, and we gonna see what those numbers look like, and then we can really determine who's really taking over boxing. You know what I mean? But I'm pleased to see what's happening with regards because you know he gets a lot of flack bringing bringing a mockery to boxing or this is a circus type shit. No, no, no. The circus type shit is what we're consistently seeing with the PBC with Top Rank and DAZN. You know what I mean? These major platforms need to do better for us. Need to do better for us. Fortunately, we have a good fight on tonight that hasn't been uh faced with no cancellations. We got Rigondeaux against Johnny Real, Johnny Casamero, and that's an excellent fight, but there's not much other than that, other than what I was just speaking of. But let's go back to the heavyweights. You know what I mean? Once again, it's not even much to talk about the heavyweights right now. Bigger weight boxing is damn near dead because mainly because of Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? And positive energy to Tyson Fury and his wife and his baby girl who are who are going through it. The reports are um his newly born baby is not doing so well, is not doing so well and is in under ventilation or is in the hospital or whatnot. So we hope for positive energies and a full recovery to the Fury baby. You know what I mean? But with that being said, there's now reports coming from John Fury, Tyson Fury's father, that he will advise Tyson to once again postpone the fight. Once again, pull out of the fight. Now, in this instance, in this situation, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't really got no issue with this. You know what I mean? Because family first. You know what I mean? People that have children should know what going. You know what I mean? Um, the sport can come last in this situation, and your focus is gonna be on your on your pride and joys. You know what I mean? Not on the sport. So in this situation, I agree with John Fury, which is why from the get go I've been promoting Wilder versus White, but niggas don't want to hear me though. Which is why from the get go I've been promoting Wilder versus White because Tyson Fury never wanted to get in the ring with Wilder from the get go. From the get go. Are we forgetting this fight was supposed to happen July 24th? Are we forgetting this fight was supposed to happen well before that? Jelly Bean in the building, salute. Checked out your video earlier this morning. I mean, running with the Hoosiers, running with the Hoosiers. I had to watch a little bit of the game. You know what I mean? Salute to Jelly Bean 4280 doing his thing. College football with the Hoosiers. Y'all check that out. Make sure y'all subscribe. Once again, reason why I've been promoting Wilder versus White because I don't think Tyson Fury is going to step into that ring. And now with the situation at hand, it's not even an excuse no more. You know what I mean? This is real life shit. So what's wrong with the prospects of the interim champion of the WBC White taking on Deontay Wilder for the full strap in September, and the full strap in October. Mind you, there's a reason why Dillian White doesn't have no fight date, doesn't have no official opponent. Y'all know what it is. KG in the building, usual suspect ting. Hey yo, KG, I put the link in the group chat. You know what I mean? I don't know what you're doing, but it is what it is. It's bigger weight boxing we talking around here. White doesn't have no fight date. He doesn't have no name opponent. Reportedly, he's supposed to be fighting Jamal or Jermaine Franklin. As we see here, we're looking at Dillian White, 28-2. Last fought March 27th, TKO'd Alexander Povetkin in 4. That was out in Gibraltar, but nothing has been scheduled for him as of yet. I think the most logical fight for both of these guys, you see number 3 and number 4 is Deontay Wilder and Dillian White for that WBC strap. Get this Tyson Fury guy out of your mind, man. There needs to be more of a campaign, but not at this time because he is going through a situation. But my campaign started earlier having this man stripped. The inactivity is just way too long. Way too long for this man to be holding this WB strap for almost 2 years and hasn't even defended it yet. You know what I mean? Relieve him of the strap, put him in recess at the least. Put him in recess at the least and let active fighters fight. Let an active fighter become your champion. And if we can't get that, then let us not recognize these belts. First off, the WBC. If they can't give us what we want, if we gonna let them just have him hold the belt on the sidelines, holding up the whole heavyweight division. Once again, the WBC champ Tyson Fury has held up Wilder. He's holding up Dillian White. Excuse me. Andy Ruiz still ain't got no date. Ain't nobody thinking about Michael Hunter. Joe Joyce is more impacted with the Joshua Usyk fight. Ortiz pretty much waiting on Wilder and Fury. Helenius and Adam Konauki. That fight was supposed to be on the undercard and was held back. Charles Martin trying to figure out what's going on. F.A. Jagba and Frank Sanchez were both held back and now have to wait till October 9th because of Tyson Fury. So he's not just implicating or impacting one division, like a couple of fighters. He's impacting the whole division. He's slowing up the progress of a lot of mid-level contenders. The elites are waiting on what's going on right here. For the reason why I keep saying Tyson Fury needs to be stripped. And we need to be more concerned and more fixated on the prospects of Deontay Wilder versus Dillian White. Who's the plan B? Who's the plan B for Tyson Fury? Huh? Because I don't hear nothing about that. Niggas always talking about, yeah, we coming for blood. We back for blood. That blood ain't gonna be there. So who's the next guy that we going for blood for? I mean, is there a plan B or is it just A to Tyson Fury? Because I'm telling you right now, this man ain't gonna show up October 9th. Huh? It's not going down, bro. I've been saying this. Let me see up in the chat who should be the next in line to receive this work from Deontay Wilder. Or are we still adamant that Tyson Fury is going to show up on October 9th? Lest we forget what he did to Vladimir Klitschko. Still owes him a rematch. Can't forget the debacles between him and David Haye. Kieran Alexis says White. There you go. There you go. It's a great fight to me. And I want to see White out of here. To be truthful. I want to see White out of here. And Deontay Wilder definitely has a style to get White out of there. And I want to see his refurbished tools that Malik Scott has polished off and got him to reutilize on Dillian White. That's what I want to see. We giving too much promo to Tyson Fury. God damn it. And he out here not defending, not fighting. He's more of a fashionista. You see him more in these lame ass suits than you see in some boxing trunks. You see him more in these weak ass little boxer briefs than you see in some motherfucking boxing trunks, bro. Nah, bro. Strip him. No homo. Strip him. Yo, but I want to bring forth another topic. Huh? Oh shit. My brother, Mr. Gumbo, in the building. But I want to bring forth another topic. I think it needs to be addressed. Definitely in full odd fashion style. You know what I mean? I'm gonna bring this up. I'm gonna bring this up first here and then pass it off to the brothers as I travel to their platforms as well. Salute 503 Line, the early morning, late night hunt. Stay ready, boxing TV, ringside views, boxing night court. You know we do the gospel by getting rid of these sanctioning bodies on boxing night court live every 5 p.m. on Sundays on the Jab Jamboree. And of course, I'm gonna bring this gospel to the Beltway because we bullshitting on the Beltway Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays on Supreme Beats Boxing Talk. But let me remove the screen right here, and we gonna look at the WBA. We ain't gonna look at the website, but we gonna look at their current champions and their current rankings. Because in my opinion, I'm gonna make a claim that the WBA doesn't need to exist no more, bro. If they were out of the game, I don't think they would be missed at all in the game. I don't think no one would give a fuck. Yeah, I mean, and we gonna go through the list of champions, and there might be only three that are heavy hitters, that are overly hyped, that are stars of the sport. And you see one of them right there, Anthony Joshua. That's one certified WBA champion. But why is he a certified WBA champion? Because he's a unified champion. He also holds the WBO. He also holds the IBF. So if we was to take the WBA belt away from him, he would still be unified champion. He would still be big in UK, and people will still want to see him fight motherfucking Deontay Wilder. So what is the point of that WBA Super World Heavyweight belt? I don't know. Next, we see the Reggie belt that's held by the most unknown American heavyweight currently, Trevor Bryan. I think he's 21-0 with let's say he got 14 KOs. I might be off on that, but I don't give a fuck to even check. All I know is that this strap is pointless and it shouldn't exist. And Trevor Bryan is your Reggie Belt champion. Now, let me give you some more tidbits on Trevor Bryan, the Reggie Belt holder, because while earlier this morning I was talking about Danny Dubois making his American debut, initially Frank Warren Fish Eyes wanted Danny Dubois to fight Trevor Bryan on the undercard for that same very belt. Now, to me, that makes that belt something to fight for, something legitimate. You know what I mean? Something the WBA should be looking to sanction. But that, no, 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 nope. It doesn't go down like that because your boy Don King had to block the fight and say, nah, my boy Trevor Bryan got other duties, other duties in boxing, like sweeping up the gym. You know what I mean? Carrying the spit bucket. He doesn't get in the ring and fight for his black belt. So once again, we have a useless champion. Get rid of it. Get rid of the WBA. What's the need for it? As we look at the rankings, egregiously, Danny Dubois is number one. This is news to me, y'all. See, I'm just learning this with y'all right now. You know what I mean? We we going through this fucking rankings together, and I just saw this shit. My nigga Danny Dubois, who I've been talking up the whole morning, is number one in the WBA. Now, I like Dubois as a prospect. You know what I mean? But to say he's above Usyk, Uncle Ortiz, and Ruiz Jr., yo, it's absolutely asinine. Absolutely. Who the fuck is this guy? Maury? I think oh man, this dude, how did he get in the top 10 in the WBA is beyond me. The last time I seen this dude, David Hay was making his comeback, what, 5 years ago? David Hay was making his comeback 5 years ago and utilized this motherfucking Mark Demori guy to knock out within one round. And this is when David Hay was making his comeback before he fought and got knocked out by Tony Bellew twice. Okay? Now somehow the WBA has managed to get this heavyweight from New Zealand, Mark Demori. Yes, I know his name because I know he's trash. I know trash by name. Okay? I know trash by name. The 39 2-2, Mark Demori has no business being on a world sanctioned body in the top 10. And then you have the number one, Danny Dubois. What's the chat saying? Is this not ludicrous? Is this not egregious fucking actions that we're seeing by a top tier sanctioning body? You got your boy Jonathan Rice at number 11. Okay. Okay. And they got who dropped out of the heavyweights rankings for this month. Michael Polite Coffee, I see, deservedly because of his loss to Jonathan Rice. And then they got Efe Ajagba out of there for some reason. I don't know why. How you gonna take Efe Ajagba? How you gonna take Efe Ajagba, you shit? Hold up, I'm sending the link out to Red right now. But got Danny Dubois, got this nigga Kosabutsky, Denier. God damn, bro, this is all fucked up. This is all fucked up. Let's keep on working though. Let's look at these cruiserweights. Y'all know this nigga Arsene Goulamirian. I like the way I say it. I told y'all, Goulamirian. Huh? 26-0. This motherfucker trained by Abel Sanchez. You ain't seen that one of his fights. Huh? The WBA Super Cruiserweight Champion. I don't think he's been featured on one network internationally or American side. But this guy is the WBA Super Child. He get his belt. I think he beat this guy, Riyad Mary, a Belgium cat. This nigga actually from Ivory Coast. You know what I mean? A little pretty boy from Africa, coming with a record for 30-1. Does have like a dynamic. I wouldn't say a dynamic style. His record is better than he actually is. You know what I mean? He got a dynamic looking record, a lot of knockouts, and you see he's 30-1. His only loss coming to this guy, Arsene. But once again, these guys ain't motherfucking champions. If we took their belts away and threw them in the trash, would anybody care? Look at the rankings real quick. We see Dorda Coast, Billiam Smith, who was just featured on the zone. He fought a decent fight against Tommy McCarthy. This guy's the IBO champion, Lorena from South Africa. He's highly rated in my opinion. And if you continue to look on throughout the WBA, there's McCarthy. A bunch of they don't even got the pictures for her. They got Glanton, Napochi. It is what it is. Light heavyweight, Dmitry Bivol, who earned his belt the old-fashioned way, because there's supposed to be with a rule with the WBA where if you if you get that if you get that Reggie belt and you defend the Reggie belt 3 consecutive times, they elevate you to the super. They elevate you to the super champion. Well, this is what Dmitry Bivol did. He was the Reggie belt owner, and then he defended that Reggie belt 3 consecutive times and then became the super. You know what I mean? So he earned his strap. But let me be real, because I'm the guy on the island that's been singing Bivol's praises. But is he the top guy in the division right now? The top guy in the division to me is the unified champion, Artur Beterbiev. As much as I can't stand Artur Beterbiev and his overratedness and his duckery up here in Montreal, because niggas can't see across the border, I guess. The eyesight's not far enough to see how many niggas he ducked in Quebec. Okay? But yo, I can see, because I'm over here in the north side. I know what the nigga been over here doing, ducking Eladir Alvarez, ducking motherfucking Jean Pascal, ducking Donna Stevenson in his prime, strategically, but he got where he got. You know what I mean? Now he's the unified champ, Artur Beterbiev, got that IBF, got that WBC. He the best at light heavyweight right now. You know what I mean? And Dmitry Bivol is the number two. Is the number two guy, and we need to see that fight. But if we was to take his belt away, that WBA strap that he earned the legit way, would anybody give a fuck? Would we give a damn if Bivol didn't have that black belt around his waist? Nah, we wouldn't give a fuck. We say, nigga, go fucking fight Beterbiev, nigga, for that unified shit. Go motherfucking rematch Joe Smith Jr.'s ass and whoop him again for that WBO strap that he got. We wouldn't give a damn if the black belt was gone and didn't exist no more. Let's move on. Let's move on. For some reason, they got the vacant belt. Okay. Now let's talk about this. Because the WBA, not to say that they did something right, but they had to do it. And they had to vacate this Reggie belt. And you remember who held the Reggie belt was Jean Pascal. You remember who tried Jean Pascal? That was the Lincoln lawyer, your boy the Oddfella. And now you see the WBA World Light Heavyweight Championship has been vacated. Let's look at the rankings. Number one, we have a motherfucker. See, who? Man. Number one. Can I get some help in the chat? Can I get some motherfucking help in the chat? Who this number one guy is? Fuck that. I'll tell you who he is. It's Robin Krasnicki. Robin Krasnicki. Yeah. Yeah. Star in Germany. 51-6, nigga. Ain't fought nobody. And he's number one. In front of Badu Jack. front of guys like Anthony Durrell, in front of Buatsi, Rodman Krasnicki. This is all it takes to get to number one. Now he's in line to get that Reggie belt. I see Buatsi is about to fight his number three in Ricard Bolotniks. That's going down this afternoon, mind you, on the zone. Y'all can catch that fight. It should be popping at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Once again, Joshua Buatsi against Ricard Bolotniks, 5 p.m. Eastern time. But that's your number two and number three. So low key, this is a eliminator. Winner out of this could be fighting this nigga, Robin Krasnicki. Don't even got a pitch for this number one. You know what I mean? What's the point? What's the point of this? What's the point of this strap? The WBA. You see the rankings. Let's move on. Here's another star that they got. Canelo. Canelo got that strap by breaking the arm of Callum Smith. But he's also unified champion as well. He also has that WBC strap. And he also collected that WBO belt from Billy Joe Saunders. So there I say again, if he was to be removed of that WBA, and if that WBA was to be put in the trash, would anybody give a fuck? David Morrell Jr., the Reggie Belt owner, 5-0. We see what the WBA's activities with regards to fighters that don't have a lot of experience. David Morrell is a top prospect, and I think he has work for a lot of the top guys at 168. But to be real, it's very questionable how he got to this spot so quickly. Let's look at the rankings. Benavides is number two. Your Newly, don't know who he is. Guy out of, I think, Kazakhstan. He undefeated. See, Berlanga is number 6. So I'm not really mad at this ranking here, but once again, if these black belts didn't exist, would anybody give a fuck? Ah, here we have it. We are now in the middleweight division. You see this guy right here? Big star in Japan, Ryota Murata, 16-2. We see he's now been elevated to the super world middleweight champion. But he didn't do it the hard way, y'all. He didn't do it the way that Dimitri Bivol did it, where he had to defend 3 times. The WBA just automatically elevated him. Why? Because they automatically elevated him because he's supposed to be in talks in a confirmed fight with Triple G, essentially making that fight a unification fight. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't have unification with a Reggie belt and another major belt. So they bumped up your boy Murata to the super WBA middle champion. Does anybody in the chat, any of the usual suspects, think of this guy as a legitimate champion within the middleweight division with the likes of Charlo, with the likes of Boo Boo Andre and Triple G? No, absolutely not. If we took this guy's strap away, would anybody give a fuck? There's your boy Ak Reacher, his cousin, Aries Larry Lara, who is egregiously minted with this Reggie belt against a French contender at best. Y'all know who Cornflake Lamana is. Y'all know who Cornflake Lamana is. Well, that's what Aries Larry Lara had to go through to get that latest trash Reggie belt. So now he's now another Reggie. He just went jump from 154 Reggie, and now he's at 160 Reggie. It's even ridiculous we have nicknames for these trash ass belts. Once again, if we got rid of the WBA belts, if we stop recognizing these trash ass belts, wouldn't even matter. Let's continue. Jamel Charlo. We all know who he is. We all know who what his championship status is. You can take all of his belts away, and we would still know he's the champion. Because what? There's a line that's been drawn at 154, and it's called the lineal line. Y'all niggas like that? Yeah. Mel is the lineal champion at 154. So therefore, if we took away Mel's WBA black belt, would it even fucking matter? No, it wouldn't. WBA's irrelevant. Irrelevant. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to not recognize the motherfucking WBA for their actions and their corruption and collusion in the sport. Jordinas Ugas, another brother. We got the Queen Tay Tay Brown in the building. I bendeth the knee. Jordinas Ugas, another example of a Reggie belt holder not having to take the hard route to get the super belt. Another case where possible vanilla envelopes were passed from one party to another to get a man elevated. Because this man was once the interim, then turned to Reggie, and then without fighting, Ugas was on the toilet reading the Ring magazine when he got the call. WBA said, yo, Jordinas, you are now the super WBA world champion. Ugas gets elevated while taking a shit. That's all it takes in the WBA. You take shits and you're elevated. This is based off of erroneous reports about Pacquiao. No, Pacquiao is not a PBC fighter no more. He's managed by Paradigm, who's now trying to sue Pacquiao. Hmm. Do we smell collusion going around between the PBC and the WBA? Do we all remember the fight that was reportedly supposed to happen was between this guy, Ugas, and Errol Spence Jr. for unification? And all of a sudden that went away. Pacquiao came into play. But just understand this WBA super belt, which was stripped wrongfully from Pacquiao and given to this guy, Ugas, is another example of collusion and corruption by the WBA. Lest I remind y'all, Errol Spence is the WBC, the IBF unified champion. Bud Crawford, the other notoried champion, who's consensus number 2 in the division, is the WBO champion. This WBA Super World Champion right here, is he really relevant to the whole equation? If we were to get rid of his WBA belt and Ugas was put back into the rankings, will we even care about the WBA? Will we care about this championship status? Because we got 2 other champs that need to get it on. That we've been clamoring for the fight for what, 2 to 3 years now? Since the motherfucker got damn near stepped up in the division and fought motherfucking Jeff Horn, niggas wanted to see Crawford and Spence, the 2 legitimate belt holders, unified champion Spence and belt holder Terrence Bud Crawford, pound for pound list, former undisputed champion at 140. That's what we want to see. Currently, both are still undefeated. Ugas, you a tune-up, my nigga. You a good tune-up fight. If we were to take away this black belt and throw it in the trash, would this really fuck up the welterweight division? You got Jamal James, Reggie belt holder. WBA. If you want to be a legitimate sanctioning body, give my boy Mike Fox the Jamal James fight. Because you damn sure don't think that Gabriel Maestre deserves that fight, because I know that's what that's what y'all was trying to set up with that interim belt. That's what y'all was trying to set up with that interim belt staged in the Minnesota Armory. Well, guess what? Jamal James is from Minnesota. Jamal James was probably in attendance for that fight to see that robbery. Once again, cautionary disclaimer for the Foxes going to Minnesota, because it seems like the PBC and the WBA got something going on over there. But you just hearing it from the Oddfella. Y'all niggas don't hear me though. You know what I mean? Always love your content. Make sure y'all go over check my guy Reggie Owens. You know what I mean? Definitely has some fire content, whether it's on YouTube or whether it's on IG. You know what I mean? Mr. Gumbo says, I'm in Minneapolis right now. They are weird up here. Hey, Hey, don't let Mahari see you saying that shit. You know what I mean? And salute my nigga MSP. Salute my niggas in Minnesota. I think Ricky Williams might be out there as well. You know what I mean? But let's continue. Let's continue because I see you see up on the screen here, Josh Taylor. What is Josh Taylor? Let me remind y'all. The Great Scott. The Great Scott is the undisputed champion at 140. The number one. Let me take a quick dig at my Tank Davis. At my Tank Davis fans up in the chat. The number one at 140. You know what I mean? Not Tank Davis. Josh Taylor. He has all the belts. Okay? All the motherfucking belts. Not one, not two, not three. He got 4 belts, nigga. Maybe he can say 5 because he the lineal champion as well. All right? So once again, if we take the Oddfellas formula, and remove and subtract the WBA from Josh Taylor, would it even fucking matter? Does anybody give a fuck? Huh? Is he not still a unified, undisputed champion? Is he not still the lineal? If we take away that WBA, there go your boy Tank. There go your boy Tank. And shout out to Reggie Owens. No slight to you, but yo, we call them Reggie belts. We call them Reggie belts over here, and Tank loves them a Reggie belt. You know what I mean? Loves being a regular champion, and niggas love putting them ahead of undisputed champions. But once again, Tank's a great fighter amongst multiple weight classes. But if we were to take this Reggie belt and throw it in the trash, would it even matter? Tank's still a great fighter. Tank's still a great fighter. Then it still needs to prove himself. Still needs to prove himself against guys like this guy. Yeah? Yeah. Quickly looking at this ranking systems right here. I'm not impressed at all. But there go your boy Regis Prograde Rougarou at number 5. Who this? Gary Antoine Russell. Woo. But these 3 guys, I don't know. Kind of local might be able to put me on this Pueblo guy. But I ain't never seen him fight. Yeah? Let's move on. Lightweight. Lightweight. Y'all niggas getting tired up in here? I'm about to close it up. Your boy, Teofimo Lopez. Another unified champions. Notice, I ain't gonna say he's undisputed. Another unified champion nonetheless. WBO, IBF, and the WBA. And we'll give him half. We'll give him half of the WBC strap. Nigga, you got half of that green belt, nigga. Okay? But with that being said, let's put the formula back into the calculator and take away and subtract the WBA from the whole equation. Teofimo Lopez is still the big dog at 135, whether you like it or not. You take away Tank's Reggie belt at 135. The situation is still the same. Tank need to go see one of the big dogs at 135, whether it's Haney or whether it's Teofimo Lopez. The WBA is just muddying up the waters and making it unclear for fight fans to see what it really is. Look what we have here. See, the last couple days, And yesterday, particularly, we was bullshitting on the Beltway, and we've been looking for Rolly. Where's Rolly? Queen. She got the cash. She got cashed out twice. I think one of the other brothers got the cash app and whatnot. But look who we have here. We just found Rolly on the Waking Bay. And look where Rolly is situated. For the WBA, he is number one. Will they enforce a mandatory matchup between Rolly and Tank Davis? I highly doubt it because you know the PBC, TMT, and the WBA are in collusion, and they can't just have that fight just happen just yet. How did Rolly Romero get this said position? I don't remember him fighting no eliminator against no top 10 opponent. None of these guys that are on the WBA's top 15 has Rolly Romero even faced. None of them. But he's ranked number one. There I say it. More bullshit from the WBA. More nonsensical actions from the WBA. Can't understand their rankings. I can't understand their movements. But you take away the WBA belts, the whole shit. I don't think anybody would miss them. So Tank finally got a real belt at super featherweight. But let's be real. We take that away, and I think he's still a champ at IBF for super featherweight. The WBO needs to go, y'all. The WBO needs to go. There's no reason for them to stay in the sport. There's no reason for them for us to recognize them as legitimate championship sanctioning body. If anything, I would like to present the claim that the IBO, yes, I would like to present the claim that the IBO should be in place, replace the WBA, the oldest sanctioning body in the sport. The pioneers of corruption should be replaced with your favorite, most hated IBO. Because niggas need to understand something about the IBO. It is American. The IBO operates in headquarters is in Florida. You know what I mean? No, they don't got the greatest looking belts. It might look a little clunky and heavy. It's a darker green that doesn't look as good as the WBC belts, Ferrari leather. But god damn it, it's an American belt system. It's an American sanctioning body that hasn't been tied with the amount of corruption that the WBO, the WBC, and the WBA has been tied with. So give it some thought, my brothers and sisters. The IBO should be something that we might be looking to exalt. But once again, the WBA, they need to go. They need to be unrecognized, not recognized as anything legitimate, because they fucking up the game right now. They fucking up the game right now. Once again, salute to Mike Fox for fighting that masterclass fight last Saturday. He should be the interim strap holder. He should be going on to fight Jamal James next Instead, the WBA has since come out with a statement saying that they're gonna move it to a no contest and make him fight a rematch. So essentially erasing history, essentially erasing the historical facts that Michael Fox produced a masterclass performance. Erase that and nigga go do that again. Cause in the WBA's mind, we think that shit was an anomaly that you beat our Venezuelan brother. Nigga, go ahead and do that again. You gotta prove it to us twice for it to count on this motherfucking document. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I'm hoping the American League of Boxing Commissions go further, go further with the WBA because I heard they're threatening the WBA with not sanctioning any of their fights in America. But hopefully they can continue the pressure to apply the pressure on the necks of the WBA and get this fight not only overturned, but I would like my ideal implemented because I think it's the most sensible solution to this issue with Mike Fox and Gabriel Maister. And instead of doing a rematch, instead of doing a no contest, this same fight that everybody viewed on television, that Fox has the rights to, that they have all the footage, all the different angles and shit. Well, the Minnesota Boxing Commission or the American League of Boxing Commissions need to appoint 3 new judges, 3 new judges to virtually, remotely judge that fight and come up with the result. There shouldn't be no way that Michael Fox is made to have to go through a rematch against Maister again for the same result. Appoint 3 new judges to watch the fight remotely. 3 judges that can be accounted for, that are credible. Your 3 best judges in the world need to be put on this case right here so we can get a proper result. Because there's no way Fox should have to go through this again. There's no way that Gabriel Maister should be saved from an L. That man should have an L on his record. But he's obviously tied to the WBA. If you look at this man's track record, you look at his resume, his first fight as a professional fighter was for a WBA championship. There's reports that during the fight, in Gabriel Maister's corner, there was WBA constituents working his corner. Major collusion, brothers. Major collusion is going on. But I'll end off by saying that, you know what I mean? I think we've been on for an hour. We cooked a little bit. You know what I mean? We cooked about the upcoming shit going on in the heavyweight division, as well as I think I made a fair assessment, a fair statement of how we need to get rid of the WBA and start to de-recognize and not recognize this corrupt sanctioner body that literally does nothing for the sport. Does nothing for the sport. Um, your belt looks nice, but this isn't the fashion. This isn't the runway. You know what I mean? It's time for y'all to take your little belt collection and get the fuck on out of here. You know what I mean? But once again, salute to everybody that passed through the chat. Make sure y'all smash the like button on your way out of here. I'm sure some of the other brothers will pop up and go live later on. The usual suspect, it's the usual suspect thing. You know what I mean? But y'all know what it is. Tuesday, I got an MC from Montreal, Side Southwest. He gonna be passing through with his new video. I need all that. I think it's called, you know what I mean? So be on the lookout for that. You know what I mean? This Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Um, yeah, tomorrow afternoon, Jab Jamboree Boxing Night Court. Go check that out right here on YouTube. But y'all know what it is. It's your favorite yet your most hated Oddfella. Salute to the whole LDBC, and I'm Gizon. It's a usual suspect thing.
So I got with a sick tight click and went all out.
Wow, what up with it? What up with it? It's your boy Cadillac Red. Make sure you go subscribe to Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, 4:15 Eastern Standard Time. We bullshitting on the Beltway. And you know you might catch a battle rap recap or a Crescent City convo out your boy. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me, but don't talk to me spicy. Make sure you go subscribe to The War Report, The Oddfella. You know he keep a live listening session, a weed review, or he might slide up on you with a wake and bake hot boxing topics. You already know what it is. And make sure you go subscribe to 503 Lion. You know we stay on the hunt. Early morning, midday, late night, shit. Even on the weekends, you gonna catch a fight pray party. Shit, what content? Who got content? 503 got that content. Make sure you subscribe to the homie Jab Jamboree, Act Reacher, Sundays, 5 p.m. Night Court will be in session. And he'll pop up on you with a hot boxing topic or a battle rap preview. Trust in Judge Galvatron. He'll never steer you wrong. Make sure you go subscribe to Stay Ready Boxing TV. If he ain't giving you ringside views, he giving you ringside interviews. You already know if you can't find him, Google him. You ain't got to get ready if you stay ready. Make sure you go subscribe to Supreme Beast Boxing Talk with KG. You already know he's going to have sparring sessions and them interviews, though, on deck. It's only one underscore, but we still call him KG, though.